Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for another creative aging video. This month Melissa has gotten us started on some slow stitching projects. So this project today is going to be a couple of heart pins. You have enough supplies in your kit for 2 pins. The pins are right there. You have 3 different colors of floss and some fluff, and we'll get started. So I've already gotten started on my pink heart here. I've made the line for an eye. You can do whatever you want, truly. This is not what you have to do with this project. If you're better at embroidery than me, which I can almost guarantee all of you are, go for it, do whatever you'd like to do. I'm just gonna make my heart say I love you, I think. So here we go. So I've made that first line of that eye, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to stitch the top of it. I say try because I am not fantastic, but we'll see what I can do. Here we go. There's the top of it, and then I'll do the next little cross here, and you can do it with 1 stitch across if you want to, or down here at the bottom I actually did 2 stitches and I did a back stitch, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Here we go. All right, there's the eye for my I love you heart. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm not even gonna break the thread. There's a lot of thread in this particular kit, so I'm not super worried about breaking the thread behind it. And again, it's gonna be sewn together, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a heart right here. And we'll see how I do. And when I'm doing this, I'm actually going to try to do some back stitching. So I'll start with the first like that, and then my next stitch I'm going to start ahead and then go back through the hole that I made to begin with so that it's a continuous line. And that's sort of what back stitching looks like. I'm learning this right along with you guys. There's a whole style of very, very intentional type of stitching that Melissa really likes. It's called slow stitching, and she's a big fan of it, and I think it's beautiful. I'm not very good at it. I'm not actually all that great at doing things with a whole lot of intention. In case anybody knows me, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants most of the time. But this is always good for me too, because it helps me slow down. Oh, I don't like that last stitch. I'm going to take it out. But it does help me slow down. It helps me think through what I'm trying to do. And hopefully not make a big old mess, but I think I just made a big old mess. That's okay. I'll fix it. This is why everybody comes, I think, is because they know I'm not any better at it than they are. I think we can still call that a decent heart. So here we go. And if it's not, I'll just say that I heart break you. There you go. There'll be my solution to that. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and back stitch all of that, and we'll go there. We'll call it a heart. There we go. Look at that cute heart. Oh, I did it. All right, now I'm going to do the U. Again, I'll start it that way, and then I'll back stitch the rest of it. I'm running out of room on my heart. That's a problem. Oh well. Never said spatial organization was my best feature either. That's okay. Making it for myself, right? Not for other people. There we go. My heart says I love you, and I do. I miss all of you guys so much. I wish you were here in person to make fun of me and my absolutely horrible sewing. But anyway, I'm going to tie that off here on the bottom. Cut it off just like I would normally. Okay, here's my I love you. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to use the white here, and I will stitch it together. I think at this point we've made enough pins that you know that you can either hot glue on this pin in the back, or you can just kind of whip stitch sew it on if that's something that you're more comfortable with. I will of course be hot gluing mine. Ah, so funny. My not paying attention to when my mom was trying to teach me how to sew always comes back to bite me in the weirdest ways. All right, here we go. Look, if I can do this and be, oh, see, look, I started talking. I was 2 for 2. I had been filming myself threading the needle on a previous video, but my camera fell off the stand, and so I had to start filming over again. So I'm going to go in between the two so that that tail hides inside the heart, and then I'll put them together and then just start, because I like to just whip stitch. I'm pretty good at whip stitching at this point. Whip stitch, so that just means I'm going around the 2 edges. The edge is shut here. And like I said, please, 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 please decorate this more. It'll be so cute if you do. But for the interests of time and the fact that I'm not, like I said, terribly confident in my embroidery decorating skills, I did not decorate the rest of the heart, but you are more than welcome to continue the heart decoration in any fashion you see fit. I had been saying in the video where my phone fell, I filmed this on my phone, that I still have leftovers from the ugly sweater kit, some sequins and beads and things like that. So if the eye of your needle can go through those beads and sequins that you maybe have left over from a project that we did in December, feel free to use them. Use anything you'd like. If you have glittery thread, if you have some extra scraps of fabric that you think are pretty, you can do whatever you want. This is just kind of a really basic idea of what's happening here, not a you have to make it this way situation. In fact, I really encourage you to not make exactly what I make, because then there's not really a whole lot of creativity there, I don't think. I think it's important to explore your own way of doing it. That's a big part of my philosophy when it comes to making, is just explore for yourself. See what you like. I think my heart's gonna look a little bit like a voodoo heart, to be real honest with you, at the end of it. So poorly sewn together. I'm so bad at it. Why? Anyways, do it your way. Do make something that you think is beautiful and that you can be proud of. I don't know if you guys are paying any attention to the watercolor video I did the last month. I've been working on teaching myself watercolors so I can teach you guys watercolors. But that's what I try to do. I keep everything that I've made, even if it's junky, or I think it's junky anyhow, so that I can learn from it. I think that's an important thing to do. Crafting strengthens your brain and builds your creative muscles, and that's really, really important at any stage of life. My mom started me working with my hands when I was very, very young, but I'm glad that I've continued to do so as I've gotten older. I think it makes me a calmer and better person for sure. All right, so we're almost done whip stitching the ends of our heart together, and as you can see, I get more even as I go. But, you know, I'm doing this fast. If I was doing it not fast, I think it'd be a little bit neater. Here we go. There's the heart. I'll go ahead. So you have this little fuzzy stuff. And like usual, there's a lot of fuzzy stuff in this, and you can make your heart as poofy or as not poofy as you'd like. I am not a huge poofy pin lover my own self. I don't want it to be too poofy. So I've got myself a little hole in my heart still. I haven't finished sewing up. You can just shove your poofy stuff right in there.